Academy Stars. Pupils Book 6 by Steve Ellsworth and Jim Rose. Published by Macmillan Education, a division of Macmillan Publishers Limited. Copyright Macmillan Publishers Limited, 2017. CD2. Track 2.1. Unit 6. Lesson 1. Activity 2.
Looking for a great technology gift? Check these out. You'll find the suggestions very persuasive.
RoboPet. Build your own robot pet. Want to come home from school to a really special pet? A pet that wants to play but doesn't need looking after? A pet that isn't messy but actually helps you tidy your room? Say hello to RoboPet. RoboPet arrives in its own box with instructions and everything you need, including batteries. It's so simple to build. 50 pieces plus hours of enjoyment equals your own RoboPet. You can train it and teach it tricks. It understands what you tell it to do in 4 languages. It will always be fun-loving, and it never bites. They said robot pets would never be as good as real ones. This one is better. Whether you're 9 or 90, RoboPet will appeal to you. Just amazing. Daily News. I couldn't believe how easy it was to put it together. Natasha, 12, Montreal. Reviews. 72 out of 90 people would recommend this product.
Street Smart Shoes. Follow us on social media. It's the first day of your holiday with your family. It's so exciting! But then you start to wonder, how will we find our way around this big city? And will we get lost? So your dad gets out the map. But you won't need it. Why? Because you've got Street Smart Shoes. Not only are they the most eye-catching trainers on the planet, they're also the most intelligent. Because they know where you're going. Linked by Bluetooth to a mapping app on your phone, your shoes will guide you wherever you want to get to. You'll feel your shoes give a little buzz to show you the way to go. Who needs a map? Street Smart steps are something special. Street Smart. Trust us to get you there.
Insta. From moment to magical memory. We've all got phones, haven't we? So who needs a camera? You do. Imagine the fun of an instant camera. A camera that gives you the photo straight away. You live the moment, then the memory is in your hand. You need Insta, the brand that everyone is talking about. See the photo take shape. Watch the bright colours develop in seconds. And what brilliant photos! The perfect size to keep in your pocket or your bag. Or stick them on your wall for a reminder every day of what a great time you had. Insta. It seems small, but it's big enough to capture your whole life. From moment to magical memory. Available in a choice of trendy colours. Perfect pictures in your pocket. People said instant cameras had become old-fashioned. They were wrong. This year's must-have technology. Camera now.
Track 2.2. Unit 6. Lesson 4. Activity 1.
Did you see the advert for C-Search, the new video game?
Yes, I did. The graphics looked impressive, didn't they?
Yes, they're very realistic. The reviews have been good, haven't they?
Yes. Most people gave it 5 stars. It was really exciting and challenging.
Yes. I love games like that. Do you remember Old Tom's Mine? It was awful.
I know. It wasn't difficult at all, was it?
No. It didn't take us long to get to the top level, did it? It was a waste of money.
On Sea Search, we won't have to take turns, will we?
No, we won't. I checked the advert. It's a multiplayer game.
Cool.
Track 2.3. Unit 6. Lesson 5. Activities 2 and 3. I'm here today to talk to you about adverts. First, we'll talk about what makes a good advert. Then we'll look at some examples. When we create an advert, we're thinking about how to make our product stand out. We need to attract people's attention, get our message across clearly and memorably. There's a lot of competition out there. Our product needs to look special so that it sells. How do you think we can do that?
Use colours and pictures to make the advert attractive.
Yes. If your advert isn't eye-catching, people won't even read it. So, we make sure it has a well-designed layout with good use of colour and graphics. OK, you said we could use colours and pictures. What about text? What works better to get our message across? A lot of text or a little?
A lot.
Actually, no. Most of the time, it's better to have less text. People get bored. You need to get your message across quickly. Keep it interesting and persuasive. Slogans are great, aren't they? People remember a catchy phrase, which means they remember your brand. We need to highlight the most important points in our message. What techniques could we use?
Bold text.
Or put the text in capital letters. Or make it bigger.
And use outlines around the text.
Yes, all great ideas, which put the message across clearly. Now, what kind of pictures should you choose?
Pictures that show the product positively.
Exactly. If you're selling cool trainers, show that they're cool. And if there are people in the picture, it must look like they think the product's great too. Do you have any questions?
Adverts should be funny, shouldn't they?
It depends on what you're advertising. Everyone loves to laugh, and they'll link that good feeling with your brand. But for some products, humour would be a mistake. You have to be sensitive to people's feelings. If you make someone feel bad, they won't trust you and they won't buy your product. If it's too funny, people sometimes remember the advert but not the product. It's entertaining, but it's not an effective advert.
Thank you.
OK. Now, I said we would look at some examples. So, let's look at these adverts, and you tell me if you think they work. Track 2.4. Unit 7. Lesson 1. Activity 1. Empire State Building Run-Up.
When my friends asked me why I wanted to run up a building, I laughed and said, because I like a challenge. This is a very unusual race. You have to run up all the steps in the Empire State Building in New York City. That's 1,576 steps, or 102 floors. I had to plan my training carefully. First, I talked to a fitness coach. She asked me what training I did. None, I replied. In that case, she said, it's very simple. You have to start running up steps. So, I planned a program over 10 weeks, each week increasing the number of steps that I ran up. The race was really difficult. When I got up to the 50th floor, my legs went weak. But I did it. I finished 500th out of 700 runners. I was really proud of myself and what I had achieved. John, New York.
Ironman, Hawaii.
When I decided to do the Ironman, people asked me if I was crazy. This race has 3 events: an 8-kilometre open water swim, a 180-kilometre bike ride, and a 42-kilometre run, a marathon. It's not easy to get in. You have to qualify first. Each year, about 60,000 athletes try to qualify, but only about 2,000 win a place in the event. You also need really good sports equipment: bike, running shoes, swimsuit, and goggles. You have to be really fit even before you start training. Then you need a very ambitious training program, working out at least 13 hours a week for about 6 months. So I've done the training and I've prepared well. I'm ready for the race tomorrow. How do I feel? Quite confident. Sherry, Auckland.
Marathon des Sables, Sahara.
Marathon des Sables is a race across the Sahara Desert. You run 250 kilometers in 6 days. That's like running 6 marathons in a row, sometimes at temperatures of 50 degrees Celsius. Competitors have to carry backpacks with food, drink, and equipment. You need a compass, a torch, and special medicine in case of snake bites. It's the toughest foot race in the world. You have to train really seriously. I started 5 months before the race, carrying a backpack of 3 kilograms and running 50 to 70 kilometers every week. I slowly increased the weight to 8 kilograms and the distance to 200 kilometers. To get used to the temperature, I trained in Morocco for the last month. People asked me what the highlight of the race was. Finishing it was the biggest achievement of my life, but it was also great to make so many friends from other countries. What does it take to complete the Marathon des Sables? Mental toughness is very important. You need a strong mental attitude for all endurance events. You also need to be able to persevere. Keep on going however tired you are. Patrick, London.
Track 2.5. Unit 7, Lesson 4. Activity 1.
The new boy in our class is from Brazil. He asked us if we knew about capoeira.
Capoeira? I've never heard of it.
It's a kind of martial art. We asked him if it was like karate.
He said it wasn't. It's a mixture of dance, acrobatics, and music.
Sounds cool.
We asked whether it was a modern sport.
But he told us it started in Brazil 500 years ago.
We asked if you played in teams. He said that players fought in pairs.
And I asked him if you had to be very fit to do it.
He laughed. He said you had to be fit and athletic.
And then we asked him if we could try it.
Track 2.6. Unit 7, Lesson 5. Activities 2, 3 and 4.
Welcome to our podcast, Sporting Chances. Last week we spoke to football coach Tony Thompson and asked him what it took to be a professional footballer. Let's listen to what he had to say. Tony, you specialise in training young players for a career in football.
That's right. I've trained many players who are now professional footballers.
What's the best age to get into a training program?
Generally, about 8 or 9, but we don't rule out older players.
What do you look for in a player?
Well, I'm looking for 6 things. First, talent. A natural ability to play the game.
That's the most important thing?
You can't be a successful footballer without it. But it's not enough on its own. Second, and this seems obvious, but not everyone who's good at football feels it, they have to love the sport. It's not a hobby. We train for hours and hours. Every time they come onto the field, they have to feel excited about playing. Because if they're not enjoying themselves, they won't make progress.
So it's hard work.
Yes. That's the third thing. They need to be ready to work really hard. Even when they don't feel like it. That's the difference between an amateur and a professional. Everyone can have fun playing football, but as a professional, you have to put football first. Someone once asked me how often he needed to practice. I told him, every day.
And the fourth thing?
Is a tough mental attitude. Sometimes you get injured or your team isn't playing well. Whatever happens, it's important that you stay focused and enthusiastic.
Fifth?
You must have team spirit. When we watch football matches, sometimes it seems like the person scoring the goal is the hero. He did it all himself. That's never true. He can't score unless he's got his team supporting him. Everyone plays an important part, and players need to recognise that. You asked if talent was the most important thing. I think team spirit is almost as important.
And finally?
You need to think intelligently. You have to analyse the game. Football isn't just kicking a ball. It's about understanding how people think, what they'll do, your own team and the opposition. The best players in the world understand this. That's a big part of why they're the best.
Fascinating. Thanks, Tony.
You're welcome. Track 2.7. Unit 7. Lesson 6. Activities 1 and 2.
Hello, Johan. Can you tell us what you did yesterday for the first time?
Yes, I went skittle-zorbing.
Skittle-zorbing? What's that?
It's like a giant game of skittles, with you as the ball. You get inside a large, clear, plastic ball and try to knock down the enormous skittles.
That sounds fun. Is it dangerous?
No, it isn't. But you have to be at least 12 years old to try it. I thought it looked a bit scary, so I asked the instructor if it was safe. He said that it was, and told me not to worry.
Do you need any safety equipment?
Yes, you do. You can wear special straps for extra protection. You also need to take off your shoes and empty your pockets before you start.
And how did it feel when you were inside the ball?
It was like being inside a washing machine. I felt out of control, but in a good way. I was screaming and laughing at the same time.
And how did you feel at the end?
Well, I knocked down 8 out of 9 skittles, so I was proud of myself. I felt tired, but I was really happy. It's the most fun activity I've ever done. I can't wait to try it again.
Track 2.8. Unit 7. Lesson 7. Activity 2.
Good morning. How can I help you?
I wanted to find out more about your fitness classes.
Certainly. What sort of class are you interested in?
I'd like to improve my flexibility.
I'd recommend yoga. It's particularly good for flexibility and it's very relaxing.
I'm not sure. It sounds a bit boring.
Okay. You could try judo. It's fun and it improves flexibility and strength.
I don't want to get injured though. Do you have anything less dangerous?
Well, what about dancing? It's good fun and it's great for flexibility and balance.
That sounds perfect. How long is the class?
It's 55 minutes.
And do you need any special equipment?
You can wear dance shoes, but that's optional. You can also wear socks. You don't need to bring any other equipment.
Track 2.9. Reading Time 3. Activity 1. Team Spirit. Scene 1. A school playing field where 3 friends are watching a hockey match and waiting to play.
Look how good they are at hockey. I want to play like them. Yeah, look how fast they run. They always get the ball from the other team.
Maybe hockey's not the best game for us.
You're right. I think we have to find a sport that matches our talents. I mean, we're athletic and we love sports. There must be a sport we're good at.
We've tried a lot of sports and they were fun. I just want to be good enough to get onto a team. Imagine, our team could win a medal or maybe even a championship.
Remember we tried football first, then tennis, then table tennis. We tried basketball too. Oh yes, Karen dropped the ball and fell over trying to pick it up. You couldn't stop, so you ran into her. You both fell on the floor.
And you were laughing so much you weren't allowed to play anymore.
Okay. So we're not good at those sports, but we're fit and talented. There must be a team sport we can win at. I agree. If we keep thinking, we'll find the perfect one.
I forgot to tell you, we're playing in the Rounders competition next week.
Rounders? Oh, Karen, no, we're going to be awful. Not awful, but not successful.
You're good at running, Jack, but I'm not.
I'm terrible at throwing. Alfie can catch, but I think my baby sister is better than him. Thanks very much, Jack, but I'm better at throwing than you, and I'm better at cycling. Karen, you're a great swimmer, but we're all good at different things. We should find a sport that we can all do together. Jack, that's a good idea. What sport can we do? Let's think.
Yes, you're right, Jack. OK, let's think about it tonight. We can meet tomorrow to talk about our ideas.
Scene 2. The friends are in a cafe, drinking lemonade.
So, what are our strengths? I'm good at watching sport on TV.
Come on, Jack, be serious.
Well, I ride my bike every day. I suppose I'm quite good at that.
You're brilliant at that. You have so much endurance. You can cycle for hours.
Thanks, Karen.
Swimming for me, obviously.
And running for you, Jack. But those skills are so different. I don't see how we can make them into a sport that we can all do together. I do. I saw this advert yesterday. Look. Why don't we enter this triathlon? Triathlon? That's really difficult, isn't it? You have to be good at 3 different sports. But we as a team are good at 3 different sports. Swimming, cycling and running. So, one person does each stage?
Yes. All our times are added together at the end of the race. The team with the fastest time is the winner.
What do you think? Shall we enter?
I think I might like that.
I think we might be quite good.
Yay! We're definitely going to win a medal.
Track 2.10. Unit 8. Lesson 1. Activity 2.
Be safe in cyberspace. The internet is fun, but it has its dangers. Here's how to stay safe on your laptop, tablet, and phone. Do I know you? You wouldn't talk to strangers in the street. You shouldn't talk to them in cyberspace either. You don't know who they are, and they could be lying. Tell your parents if a stranger contacts you in a chat room, by email or by text, and never agree to meet anyone. Always be suspicious of emails or attachments from people you don't know. Someone might be trying to hack into your computer to steal information or to send you a virus. Research shows that last year, millions of computers were affected by viruses which deleted information. Do I believe you? Have you ever been offered a prize online for no reason? Did you think, that can't be right? If it seems too good to be true, it usually is. It is very likely that it's a trick to get your personal information. Personal information includes names, addresses, home, school, email, phone numbers, and photos of you and or your friends. This information could be used to hack into your other online accounts. Does this really happen? Yes, it does. Last year, a mobile phone company was hacked and personal information was stolen from 157,000 customers. And in the USA, more than 1 billion personal records were hacked. That's a lot of personal information. Don't enter competitions or join clubs without your parents' permission. Avoid giving your personal information online unless you have to. Do I want to share? Remember that photo of you falling off your skateboard, or the one of your funny pets? You knew it would make your friends laugh, but did you really want the whole world to see it? Social media is used every day by millions of people for chatting, photo sharing, and making arrangements. Strangers seeing your photos and posts could be embarrassing. But what if you accidentally give away personal information that a cyber criminal could use? Important information needs to be kept private. Find out how to change the privacy settings on any social media you use. That way, you decide who you share your life with. Remember, it's very hard to delete information on social media. Am I well protected? Social media sites often have a minimum age of 13. There's a reason for that. Some of the material on the sites is inappropriate for younger people. This means that it might hurt, frighten, or shock you. Don't join these sites until you're old enough. We know how important it is to be kind and polite to people when we meet them. That's true when we're online too. If someone sends you something inappropriate, don't reply. Tell an adult. Finally, it is very important to choose strong, secure passwords. Have a different password for each website that you use, and keep your passwords secret. Choose passwords which are difficult to guess. Use numbers, capital letters, and other characters to make your passwords more secure.
Track 2.11. Unit 8. Lesson 4. Activity 1.
I might upload my article about the school trip.
Oh, yes. You took lots of photos, didn't you?
Yes, but they're not very good, so I may not post them. Oh no, I can't log in.
That's weird. You might have the wrong username or password.
But I could log in yesterday, so they must be correct.
Well, it's maybe a virus then.
It can't be a virus. I've got an antivirus program.
Sandy couldn't log in last week either. There may be a problem with the website.
Oh no! I haven't downloaded my homework yet. I might not have time to do it.
That's okay. We don't have to hand it in until Friday.
Track 2.12. Unit 8. Lesson 5. Activities 1 and 2.
Hi, Jane. You're an expert on cyberbullying and how to deal with it. First, can you tell us what cyberbullying is?
Everyone knows what bullies are. They enjoy frightening people and making them feel bad. Bullies tell people they aren't welcome. They tell lies about them and make them feel helpless.
And a cyberbully?
That's someone who bullies people online.
What kinds of things do cyberbullies do?
Well, sometimes they can start a rumour about you on social media. For example, they might say you copied someone's homework even when you didn't. Other times, cyberbullies can send you nasty messages that make you feel really bad. And sometimes they can tell everybody information about you that is private.
That must be awful. So you go into schools to talk about this?
Yes. Everyone needs to understand that cyberbullying is a serious problem. Cyberbullies often don't see their victims, so they may not realise how much they hurt people. Some people become depressed or ill. I know because I was bullied at school.
What advice do you give?
I advise a 3-step approach to stop it. Care, share, and dare. First, care what people say or do to you. Don't ignore it. You were bullied, and that's wrong. If someone is behaving badly like that, you should do something about it.
Like what?
Share. Share the information with another person. Tell a parent or a teacher. Don't try and fix it on your own. Get help.
And then?
Dare to do something. Write to the internet site or your school, or contact the police. Ask an adult to help you. Remember, none of this is your fault. It's the fault of the cyberbully. But you can be brave and do something about it. That's how we'll stop cyberbullying.
Track 2.13. Unit 8. Lesson 7. Activity 1.
Oh no! I can't use the site. I can't open any internet links. And I can't receive any emails. And I really need to upload my homework. Can you help me?
Sure. How can I help?
I think I've forgotten my password. I've tried it 3 times. And now I've been blocked.
That happens when you try it too many times.
Hey, I have an idea. Could you help me out? Can I use your password and username?
Track 2.14. Unit 8. Lesson 7. Activity 2.
This girl in the computer room forgot her password.
I think it's easy to forget your passwords. I can't remember all of mine. But I don't think that you should give it to her.
Why not? She seemed friendly and honest.
You don't know that for sure. If you tell her your username and password, she could use them again later.
Well, I think she only wants to upload her homework.
I hope she doesn't want to steal your password. If someone asks me for my password, I never give it to them.
I'm sure she doesn't want to steal them. But you're right. I'll tell her to ask the teacher for help.
Track 2.15. Review 4. Activity 6.
Hi, Theo. Katie and I are going to support the school basketball team on Saturday. Would you like to come with us? I asked Johnny and my sister too, but they're busy.
Where is the match, Emma? Is it at home?
No, it was at our school last time when we played Hillview. We're playing Summer Fields this time, and the match is there.
That's behind the pool, isn't it? Or is it the one near the park?
Neither. It's by the leisure centre.
Oh, yes, I know. And how are you getting there?
We plan to walk, but it's too far, so we'll get the train. Then my dad can pick us up after the match.
OK. Shall I meet you at the station?
No, come to my house.
What time?
Well, the match starts at 1:45 and the train will take 15 minutes. So, see you at 1:20?
Fine. And how much money should I bring? We don't need to pay to watch the match, do we?
No, the tickets are free. But the train costs £4.50, though we'll only need a single, £3.25. I'm taking £5 so I can buy some popcorn too.
That's a good idea. See you on Saturday.
Track 2.16 Unit 9 Lesson 1 Activity 2 Cinderella Romance, Fantasy. Cinderella is a traditional remake of the much-loved fairy tale with a similar plot. It is directed by Kenneth Branagh. The film is set in a peaceful kingdom far, far away. The main character is a young girl called Ella, who is played by Lily James. Ella lives with her unkind stepmother, Lady Tremaine, and stepsisters, Drizella and Anastasia. They treat Ella as a servant and make her do all the chores so she can't have any fun. At least she has her new friend, Kit. What Ella doesn't know is that Kit is actually a prince. When the king decides to have a big party to find a wife for his son, Prince Kit, Ella and her stepsisters are really excited. But Ella's stepmother doesn't let her go to the party. Then Ella meets a kind old woman who is actually her fairy godmother. With her help, Ella goes to the party. She and Prince Kit have a great time together. But one of the fairy godmother's rules is that Ella must leave before the clock strikes midnight. In her hurry, she leaves a glass shoe behind. Prince Kit searches the whole country for her. Lady Tremaine uses nasty tricks to try and stop him. But eventually, he finds Ella. The shoe fits, and she becomes his princess. The special effects are incredible, and the costumes are fantastic. It's a long time since I've been so impressed by costumes. The film also has a brilliant cast. Lily James is a brave and lovable heroine, and Cate Blanchett as her stepmother is truly horrible. However, if you want a more modern version of this fairy tale, then I wouldn't recommend this film. Rating: 4 stars. Pan. Fantasy adventure. Pan is the story of what happened to Peter Pan before the original story by J.M. Barrie, which we all know and love. The film is directed by Joe Wright. The main character, Peter, is played by Levi Miller. Peter has been left alone to grow up in London without a family. Life has been lonely and boring. But now, Peter has been captured by pirates in a flying ship. He's been taken to the imaginary world of Neverland, where he's been made to work for the evil captain Blackbeard. Thanks to his new friends, James Hook and Mr. Smee, Peter escapes into the forest. Unfortunately, the three friends are captured by Chief Great Little Panther and his warriors. They think they'll be killed, but the chief's daughter, Tiger Lily, notices Peter's necklace. The necklace means that Peter is the legendary hero of her people, and that he can fly. She tells him this, but Peter doesn't believe her. When Captain Blackbeard attacks, the friends must work together to save Neverland from the dangerous pirates. When James Hook gets into terrible danger, Peter discovers that he can fly and rescues James, becoming the hero forever known as Peter Pan. Hook and Peter promise to be best friends forever in Neverland. Go to see it for the outstanding special effects, a flying boy, flying boats. The film has so much imagination. The cool sets. Neverland looks completely magical. Don't see it if you love the original version of the fairy tale. Did we really want to know what happened before Wendy? We're not sure. You want a real adventure film. This is a combination of fantasy and adventure. Rating 3 stars. Track 2.17. Unit 9. Lesson 4. Activity 1.
They're going to make a film about the first trip to the moon. It will be based on a real-life story.
That's right. It will be set in 1969.
Who's the director?
I think it will be directed by Mark Hale.
Who's in the film?
I don't know. The cast won't be announced until they start filming.
I read that most scenes will be filmed in the desert.
And the special effects will be created digitally by computer.
When will we be able to see it?
Let me check. Oh, it won't be released until the end of next year.
Track 2.18. Unit 9. Lesson 5. Activities 1, 2 and 3. People have been making films for more than 125 years. In the 1890s, in France, the Lumiere brothers were the first people to show films and sell tickets. Early films were black and white. They had no sound, and they lasted less than a minute. Georges Méliès opened one of the first film studios. He discovered how to make special effects one day when some film accidentally got stuck in his camera and changed the pictures in it. One of his most famous films with special effects was A Trip to the Moon. He made it in 1902. Soon, films were being made all over the world. In 1911, the first film studio in the USA was built in a part of Los Angeles called Hollywood. Before 1927, all films were silent, so cinemas had a person to play music while people watched the film. Then, The Jazz Singer was released, and it was the first film with people talking. Colour films were introduced in the 1930s. Cinema became more popular than ever.
Nowadays, cinema isn't nearly as popular as it used to be. New technologies have been introduced, like videos in the 1980s and DVDs in the 1990s, which mean you don't have to go to the cinema to watch films. And in this century, we've been given even more choices because we can download films from the internet. Now films look better than ever because of computer-generated imagery, CGI, which makes incredible special effects and animations possible. What will happen to film viewing in the future? We think films will be made in new ways, more like moving holograms, and these will be sent into your home. Families will watch in their living room, like spectators at a live football match. You'll get a different view depending on where you sit. It'll feel like we are actually in the world of the film.
Track 2.19 Unit 9 Lesson 7 Activity 1
I recently saw Toy Story, an animated adventure story. It's set in a small town in the USA. The main characters are two toys, Woody and Buzz Lightyear. They belong to a little boy called Andy. The plot is very interesting. Buzz is Andy's favourite toy, and Woody is jealous. So Woody makes a plan to get rid of him. But when Buzz gets lost, Woody feels bad and goes to find him. They have many adventures as they try to find their way home. My favourite character is Woody because he's very funny. My favourite scene is where Buzz is flying with Woody. But he isn't really flying. He's just falling. It really made me laugh. I'd recommend this film because it's exciting and a lot of fun.
Track 2.20 Reading Time 4 Activity 1 Lost in Cyberspace.
Oh no! Ed kept hitting the keys on the keyboard, but nothing worked. The screen on his laptop was still frozen. What had Sophie said? Are you sure you want to open that attachment? You don't know who sent it. Why didn't he listen to his sister? Was it a virus? He tried to imagine what a virus would look like. He pressed his nose against the screen, trying to look inside. And suddenly, he felt himself falling. Ah! He landed upside down, somewhere soft and dark. This wasn't his bedroom. Where was he? No, it was impossible. He was on the other side of the screen. Look, there was his bedroom. He was inside his computer. Whose voice was that? Mum's. Ed always leaves his laptop open. Mum, don't! But she didn't hear him. Ed's room disappeared as the laptop was closed and Ed was shut inside. What was he going to do now? Think, Ed. And then they started to appear, one by one, stars in the darkness. They reminded Ed of a website about space that his teacher had recommended. He'd really enjoyed that one. That made him think about his favourite endangered animal website. He could picture the lions and the snakes. What was that? It wasn't dark anymore. It was very bright and very hot. Ed found himself hiding behind a rock. He thought he heard a lion. A lion, in the distance, was chasing its prey. And nearer him, a giraffe was reaching up to eat leaves from a tall tree. And there, drinking from the pool, was a rhino. Ed could see two little birds on the rhino's back. There must be a lot of insects, thought Ed. I can see them moving. Bzzz. Suddenly, hundreds of insects flew up in a group from the rhino's back and came directly towards Ed.
We're evil weevils, the nastiest kind of computer virus in cyberspace. Run, or you'll be caught.
Ed ran. Think, Ed. Think of another website. Think of anything except the endangered animal website. Toot! Purp! Crash! The buzzing had stopped. But there were all kinds of other very loud noises. Ed covered his ears. Where was he now? Come and join us, said a woman with a saxophone. Can you play the guitar? How are you on the drums? I love this website, said Ed, grabbing a guitar. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Ed was on stage. He was a rock guitarist. This had always been his dream, and it felt so real. He could even see the musical notes floating up out of the saxophone. Oh no, those weren't musical notes. Bzzz. We're evil weevils, the nastiest kind of computer virus in cyberspace. Run, or we'll bite you. Ed ran. Think, Ed, think of another website. Suddenly, he saw something that really surprised him. Sophie, peering in through the screen. Ed, what are you doing inside your computer? Ed was very, very happy to see his sister. I fell in, he explained. I'm being chased by evil weevils, the nastiest kind of virus in cyberspace. Then get out. I don't know how to, but there must be a way. I could download you, said Sophie. What? I'll click on the download button. Will it work? I don't know. Vzz. Okay, do it! Quickly! The click felt like a kick in the stomach, and then Ed was flying. Whee! Then falling. Thump! When Ed opened his eyes, he was lying on the floor of his bedroom. Are you all right? Sophie looked at him anxiously. Just a bit surprised. Thanks, Sophie. It's good to be home. Ed got his laptop fixed the next day, and he never used links or opened attachments from people he didn't know again. That was good, because deep in the dark of cyberspace, the evil weevils waited, ready to cause trouble again if he did.
Track 2.21 Unit 10 Lesson 1 Activity 2
Young boy's vision helps students see. When he was 13, Yash Gupta broke his glasses. He still went to school, but he couldn't see the board clearly. It was like being in fog. He got some new glasses, and he realized that without glasses, he wouldn't be able to learn properly. This got him thinking about students who couldn't afford to buy glasses. Yash wanted to help them, and started to think how he could do this. In January 2011, he started Sight Learning, an organization which collects used glasses and gives them to students in countries where glasses are expensive or difficult to buy. He gets them from opticians, who collect glasses that their customers have donated. Sight Learning also organises eye tests and special clinics to help with eye problems. Yash's organisation has helped thousands of students around the world. Yash's energy and initiative have impressed everyone connected with the project. For Yash, the best part is helping in the clinics. That happy look on students' faces the first time they can see clearly, it's so inspiring.
Kangaroo Cup helps people with Parkinson's. 11-year-old Lily Bourne noticed that her grandfather had a problem. Because he had Parkinson's disease, an illness that makes you shake, he kept spilling his drinks. Normal cups didn't work for him. He needed something better. So Lily decided to do something to help. She invented the Kangaroo Cup. The cup is made of plastic, and it has 3 legs, so it can't be knocked over by accident, and is easy to hold. Lily thought if she had the money, she would make lots of these special cups. So she advertised for funding. Now they're sold all over the USA. Lily's idea has helped thousands of people. It was the best feeling to help my grandpa. Knowing that my cup is now helping lots of people is very motivating, she said.
They said we couldn't do it. Invent TVs and phones? They said we couldn't do it. Develop cars and planes? There is no way at all. Climb the highest mountain? They said we couldn't do it. Look down on Earth from space? There is no way at all. Stop illness with vaccines? They said we couldn't do it. Feed the poor and hungry? There is no way at all. They said we couldn't do it. You really think that's true? It has been done. It will be done. Just see what we can do.
Recent inventions and how they've helped the world. Video chat means we can talk to friends and family easily wherever they are in the world. The Hippo Water Roller. For collecting lots of water easily in countries with little rain. Roll it along the ground, saves time and energy. The smartphone. Students can use these to help with their studies in countries where schools can't afford computers or where electricity sometimes doesn't work. Driverless cars. For safer and quicker driving, fewer accidents, and no traffic jams.
Track 2.22. Unit 10. Lesson 4. Activity 1.
My cousin's school has a fantastic playground. Better than ours. Much better. Look at all the litter in ours. I wish our playground wasn't so messy. We could organise a clean-up. And I wish we had a bench to sit on and chat. We could suggest it to Mrs. Berg. I wish we could play basketball outside too. We could get a hoop and put it over there. And I wish we didn't live in the city. Look at all the concrete. What about planting some trees or flowers? You've so many good ideas, Laura.
Track 2.23. Unit 10. Lesson 5. Activities 1 and 2.
Today we have 3 students sharing their vision of how to make the world a better place. First, Harry.
Good communication is essential if we want to improve our world. And I don't mean just communicating with our phones and computers. I also mean the way we talk to and listen to each other. If we thought about what we said before speaking and listened more carefully, we wouldn't disagree as much. We need to imagine what it's like to be the other person, and try to understand how they feel. Even if we don't agree with their opinions, it's important to respect their values.
Now, Beth.
For a better future, we need to be very careful with important resources like water and food. I wish there was enough water and food for everyone, but bad weather and poor organisation mean that sometimes it's hard to find these essential things, so we lack them. I wish everyone would focus on looking after our planet and its people. Every day we are damaging the planet. The air is polluted, the temperature is rising, and we could run out of water. This is bad for plants, animals, and humans. We have to learn to value our planet.
And finally, Matt.
Education is the most powerful thing we can use to change the world. Nelson Mandela said that, and I agree. Without education, it's hard to develop skills and increase our knowledge. And without those, it's hard to get a job. If you don't get a job, you don't make money. So uneducated people are often very poor. Education also helps us understand and appreciate all people and the world, even though we are not all the same. If everyone could have the best possible education, we'd all get along better.
Track 2.24 Unit 10 Lesson 7 Activity 1
The person I admire most is my cousin because she's a very special person. She's quite a lot older than me, and she's a professional tennis player. I've always loved sports, and I want to be like her. I think she's admirable because she's passionate about her sport. She's really committed to it, and she works amazingly hard to be successful. But she also believes in helping others. She's very supportive to young players like me, and she has found time to give me a lesson every week this year. Another reason why I admire her is her attitude to people. She never gets angry with people, and she respects everyone. As well as this, she's very encouraging to me. She inspires me because she helps me to believe in myself. My favourite quote of hers is, "You can achieve anything you want, you just have to want it enough."